I want to talk to you about Strongyloides infestation. This is a nematodal parasitic infestation that's in America, and it's here to stay. So, nowhere else in the world have they figured this out. I don't know how. I don't know how. This is pretty simple stuff. They leave a lot of evidence if you just start looking. If you just pay attention, you'll see a lot of fucking evidence of what they're doing. And I'm gonna have more. I'm gonna have recordings of them moving around and doing their reproducing and doing about their daily lives. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that recording. I'm upgrading my equipment. I'm getting it. But let me show you. Let me show you what they do. This is how they propagate themselves in the environment, in the home, in your home potentially, probably. What they do is they use secretions, usually used to infect a host. So what they do is they put a secretion on your skin, and then they go inside and they put a secretion around their body, and that protects them from the immune system. And then they have all sorts of secretions for different things. And so, anyways, I don't know if they are intentionally secreting this, but what I think is actually happening is that the L3 larva, which is the one who does all the secretion, when they do not reach a host, they inactivate. Well, I don't think they're actually inactivated. I think they are doing something. I think they are slowly either dissolving or hatching eggs. And over time, what that does is it leaves all that secretion, all the chemical inside them, and it spreads out. And so that dead L3 worm now has created an environment of which other larvae can sustain themselves. Okay, and what is this secretion doing? First of all, it's protecting themselves from the macro environment, so it's creating, like I said, a micro environment. It's a biofilm, basically, that allows them to subsist on the surface underneath the film, where they are a micro environment. They're covered up from the macro environment, and they subsist underneath it. And then once they can become L3s, they can pop out, and spread. And this is how they spread. This biofilm, when the L3s spread and they don't reach the host, they die, they create this film, it spreads the film, it spreads the infection, and then the infection's able to continue its host-seeking path. So what is this biofilm doing, besides creating a microenvironment? I believe it also contains digestive enzymes, various enzymes that allow them to feed in this environment. That way, that they can maximize their production and their nutrients values. And then I believe also because they are spreading out from a central source, essentially. They need a path-finding regulation, and we know that they react to senses, like chemical senses. That humans leave off, like sweat and carbon dioxide and stuff like that. So, what I think is that these films act as a system for them to recognize those chemicals. So you have these spreading films that are basically like a matrix of maybe nests, or it's just maybe one big film. I think it depends on the macro environment how these develop, but essentially it's gonna end up in the same sort of structure system, and it's gonna be a connected biofilm spreading across, as far as they are to host find, and then you touch that biofilm, you touch it with your finger, and then whatever worms are there are gonna stick to you. You're going to get that parasitic infection. But what you're also going to do is you're going to leave residue in their enzymes to chemically react, and then let them all know inside of that biofilm where the host is. Where do they need to start traveling towards? Where do they need to have their path-seeking values? So I'm going to show you what this biofilm looks like. And this is an exasperated case, so my home was very humid, and I suppose you could call it filthy. But really, any humid environment is a filthy environment, in my opinion, just because of the microbial life it's supporting. So uh, it became exasperated in my situation where it was able to spread out and propagate pretty much everywhere in my house. And so I have these unique opportunities to show you what they look like because they're just in places where they normally wouldn't be. So, so this is what it looks like, and it looks like dust. It looks like just a little filth. Like, oh, I just need to wipe off some dust. You know, I just need to wipe off some dust here. Well, here's what it actually looks like. Okay. It's kind of matted. And, of course, there's lots and lots of corpses. So, lots and lots of corpses. That also, I assume, you know, are at the top level of this, this film. Assisting in the protecting value. You can see what's highlighting here. So what's highlighting, and what I need is another polarized film to counteract some more light for you. But what's essentially happening here is a refraction. So I've got this light on a polarized, filtered red light, and it's just casting that polarized light, a single planar light, colored, monochromic, and what happens when it hits their cuticles is that it creates refraction. And you also have reflection, so if you point it to something white, it's going to go like that. It's going to go like that. So you have to recognize between refraction and reflection. But these are cuticles that are just highlighting up. So these are the interiors of the worms, and it's not actually the cuticle that highlights from this red. It's like parts of them. It's like part of their systems, their internal systems. So this is a highly infectious. If I just wiped my hand across this, I would have so many parasites on me. This is highly infectious material right here. You just touch this, and now you have strongyloids. And then this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like under normal. It just looks like some dust. Now, the strongyloids carcasses do end up looking like dust, and there is going to be dust in here. There's going to be a lot of dust in here as well. But the strongyloid carcasses are worms. I mean, well, they're nematodes, so they're long. You can see them. They're stringy-like. They're stringy. They look like hairs, and sometimes there are hairs. You see that? You see that reflecting hair right there? So I'm reflecting a hair right there in the middle. So you see how that's reflecting and not refracting? So there's a little bit of a difference. You see all those? Yeah, I need a. I don't have a proper system to display this right here, but this is a good demonstration to start with, at least. And this just highlights the fuck out of them. So this is really, really, really infectious material. Look how infected this is. Whoa, that's infected material. Better have your ivermectin on hand. Okay? Now, imagine, you know, if this wasn't an exasperated situation that I was in, you know, this whole system would be somewhere else, hidden away. It'd be like underneath the cupboard, or it'd be underneath the fridge. It'd be underneath things, or in the couch, in the rug, in your bed. It'd be in places where it's not readily exposed to the macro environment, so that this microenvironment could propagate. And then, I mean, once this has propagated enough, you're just going to get expansion out of the wazoo. So this is constantly expanding. This whole area up here, infested. I can't touch any of this stuff. Any of this stuff I can't touch. It's hard to see on close. But if I touch anything on this top here, I'm gonna get infected. I'm gonna get lots of worms on me, and they do manage to spread out too. But I already have they're in my computer. Okay, I've got a laptop here. They're in my laptop. Okay, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to determine if you have an infestation of strongyloids, and then I'm gonna be building methods showing you how to destroy them and kill them, because common disinfectants do not kill these. If you go and bleach this right now, if you go spray with a bunch of bleach, wipe it off, guess what you did? Basically nothing. Maybe you harmed their microenvironment a little bit, but you didn't kill any of them. Any of them that are alive, you didn't kill a single one, and they're just going to continue doing what they're doing, okay? So you cannot kill these through normal methods. You can't take an alcohol-based cleaner and just kill these, unless you take 70 to 100% ethanol and soak this for like 20 minutes. And even then, I mean, the evaporation rates of ethanol and everything like that, likely you're not going to do the damage that you think you're going to do. And you need to wipe it up. You need to have abrasion with these films and these worms. Because if you do end up killing them or inactivating, usually you're just inactivating them, you need to wipe them up. You need to get them out of the environment, throw them away, get them out of your house. But then, these are probably also in your yard, if they're in your home. So you also need to treat your yard, and, well, there's a lot of methods. There's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of things you have to do to fight these, okay? And there's no established methods. There's nothing established you're going to find. No one has any solutions. No one. I have the solutions. I've got a spray, okay? Look at this. I've created a formula spray that kills them on contact. You don't need 10 to 20 minutes on ethanol. You don't need to soak them for 10 to 20 minutes. You put this on them for 1 minute, you wipe it up, dead. Killed. Okay? I'll show you guys how to make this. I have to perfect it a little bit. There's a little bit of minute details I've got to tweak and test. But I'm gonna create the formula. I'm going to show you guys how to do it, and I'm going to sell it, and then I'm going to create prevention measures. So killing them on contact is not enough. You have to make the environment as harmful as possible to them, so they recede and they die and they eradicate. They need to be eradicated. Okay? These are a disgusting, deadly pest. And they're probably in your house right now, and you don't even know about it. Okay? I'm gonna show. I'm gonna be showing more symptoms on your house that you can tell that you have a parasite infestation. I'm gonna show you how to figure that out. Okay? And I'm gonna show you how to fight it. I'm gonna show you how to win. Okay? No one has won at this. Not a single person has a solution to this. No one even knows that this is fucking happening. Okay? People have conjectures like, I'm getting infected in my environment. I don't know why. And so all these hypotheses, this is why. This is why right here. Okay? I don't know if you saw it. Something just jumped off that thing. I saw it on the camera. Ooh, you can see him on the ground. Look at that. Ugh. So as I'm talking here, breathing my carbon dioxide, strongyloids are jumping at me up here. So I'm going to spray the ground. I'm going to get out of here. Listen, guys, I am discovering some amazing stuff here that's going to change the world. Okay? I know I'm shirtless. I know my house is a mess. Okay? They're in my clothes. What can I do? I know I haven't shaved, but I can feel them when they're climbing up and they touch my hair. So I need it. I need my facial hair. I can't wear clothes because they're in the clothes. So I'm going to figure out how to kill them in every way, shape, and form. They're even in my washing machine, okay? When I wash my clothes, so I can boil, I boil my clothes in a big pot that kills them all, 30 minutes. I put it into my dryer, which is a washer-dryer combination, and then I dry it, and all of a sudden they're infested again. They're infested inside of my washer-dryer machine. That is how disgustingly pervasive these I want to curse, but I'm not going to. These demons spawn. They're demon spawn, sucking your souls, and they are in the United States of America. Check this accent. I am an American. It's maybe a weird accent, maybe a weird voice, but I am a fucking American. Okay, I just cursed. That's how you tell an American, huh? So, stay tuned, guys. Because, No one has the answers, and I'm going to get them.